Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with football selections for Sunday, the 21st of September. But first, a quick recap on Saturday's performance. Well, it was an excellent day, and it was a case of if only. So let me just give you a quick run through. So these are the selections. There's a little bit missing out the screen, so I'm going to try and narrow it down. So I'll leave it at that. So clearly you can see the £2.80 treble, over 3.5 goal treble, which was successful. We were just waiting until the Fulham Brentford match at night. So it was £2.80 on, £70.75 returned, and this is using the. I think I need a name for it. If anybody can think of a name for this SOP, come on, think of a name. Just chuck it in the comments. I think it's a bit of fun, really, because it's got a ridiculous strike rate. Let me just tell you, first of all, out of all the what I've told it to class as certs, because I don't want it sitting on the fence. So when it describes a selection as a cert, I'm not being naive thinking it can't lose. I need any uncertainty removed. Well, yeah, technically, yeah. Um, I don't want it sitting on the fence. I want it to give me a selection, not this or that. So when I'm using the word cert, it doesn't mean it's definitely going to win. What it means is it's decided this way, and it won't change its mind. So I'll just make it quite clear. I've run through 11 selections since the first day of the Champions League on Tuesday. It has been correct 9 times out of the 11. Don't get wrong, some of the prices are bonkers. Well, in fact, some of the prices. One of the price so far was a bit bonkers. It was Sporting Lisbon at 1-8, I think it was. But apart from that, it's given 9 winning or correct selections out of 11. The two that let me down was actually yesterday, the last leg, kind of, which was Wrexham beat Norwich. I'd have never picked Norwich, but I'd have never picked some of the other selections. So I'm sticking purely to the SOP. So Wrexham, although Norwich were one up, it would have been the perfect, apart from the red cards, it would have been the perfect start to the SOP. Now I've made it public. So Norwich were one up. If they'd gone 2-0 up, it would have been automatic payout because the other two had already won by 2 clear goals or already won. I know Liverpool won. What was it? 2-1. The other one was, I can't remember now. You've only got to go back to yesterday's video. Was it? I can't remember. Normally, when I have a bet on the football, I stick to the same teams and the same bets for the same teams. Like over 3.5 will include the same teams. Winning will include the same teams. But because it's not me picking them, the SOP is picking different things for different outcomes. So I don't want to waffle on too much, but Wrexham was the only loser so far, and I'm trying to think what the other one was. I can't think of that either. Yeah, Manchester United winning yesterday, but that was an absolute freak show. I don't know what would. I don't think you can really account for that. But so what I've done is I've actually pasted all yesterday's results back into the SOP and got it to tighten up the SOP. It has made some adjustments because this is now called the 5.0 version. So these are the results from yesterday. So obviously the horse racing was shocking. And don't know what to do about that at the moment. It's absolutely dreadful. And then let's go to the £5 treble, over 2.5 goal treble, same teams, £5 on 27 return. So what's that? 97, basically £98 return. I'm gonna show you that one. I was testing something there. So basically the manual let me down there. I was testing it in another sport. Don't get me wrong, it's 1-5. It was to be on the podium. But the Liverpool one came up. I think it would have made £6 for £2 or something daft like that. I'm just testing, but so let me get on to today's selection. So there is a bonkers price in there. Whether you choose that price is up to you, but I'm leaving it in purely for SOP reasons. So let's go to the slight. So these are basically, it's struggling to find selections, but I'm still gonna place the bet. So it's a £5 over 2.5 goal double. The first selection is Chelsea and Leicester women at 2-7. over 2.5 goals, and Arsenal versus Man City over 2.5 goals at 4-5. For a £5 stake, it makes £11.57, so just over even money. And then we've got the over 3.5 goals double, £2.50 stake. It's over 3.5 goals in the Man City and in the Arsenal and Man City game, and then over 3.5 goals in the Chelsea and Leicester match. And I do believe there's another bet. It's a £5 double. Both teams to score. This was quite interesting, really, because up until I adjusted the SOP, it wasn't really favouring Aston Villa to score. It was saying that they'd be on a bit of a downward spiral. But they're predicting something that's not happened so far. They're predicting Aston Villa to score. So it's a £5 double. This returns just under just under £19. £5, both teams to score, yes. Sunderland and Villa, and Bristol City and Oxford, both teams to score, yes. So that's a £5 stake. And then there's this crazy bet. Well, so personally, I wouldn't have picked Newcastle. I wouldn't have touched the bet. But I'm not. That isn't a cop out. I'm telling you what I've placed. So I've placed the bet. So it's £5 double. Newcastle at 15-8 to win. Please bear in mind, I am only placing bets when it's early payout, 2 goals clear, because I think that it tips the favour massively in your balance. I think it eradicates a lot of possibilities. Like for the Manchester United yesterday, let's say you picked Man United, I think they went 2-0 up, didn't they? Yeah, they did. They went 2-0 up. It would have been game over. You wouldn't have been bothered about them coming back. So yeah, and the other one is Chelsea women. It's 1-18, but I've got to place it for the sake of the SOP. So it's Chelsea women at 1-18 to beat Leicester. So that's all the bets. So it's £5 stake, £5, that's 10, 15, £17.50 on the football. I'll be monitoring the football. As I said, if anybody's got a name for this system, and come on, keep it clean, I'd be more than happy to switch it to that. So I wish you the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.